Thanks for joining me. This is Danny, and welcome back to my Real Tech series, episode number 20. Today is going to be kind of a miscellaneous episode in which I'm going to be tying up some loose ends and taking some of your suggestions from the comments. For starters, I would like to make a couple changes to the water wheel based on some suggestions by Duncan Webb. So first of all, I'd like to increase the RF per tick by adding a few water sources to the water wheel. Now, I had talked a little bit about possibly doing that when I first set up the water wheel, and I decided against it because I didn't think it was worth it for the little bit of extra RF. Honestly, it's kind of out of laziness. And then the other thing is to cover up the water sources in order to prevent them from freezing in the winter. So right now it is winter. You can see it's very cold. We only have one water source up there that's actually flowing at the moment, although it's hard to tell from here. And that is really easy to fix. And that is, first we're going to break these so that we're getting full power. And whoop, and then we're just going to cover them up. So I'm just going to put some slabs going over just the water sources so that they don't freeze. And that's that. It's fixed. Yay. Another thing to note is that the bug with immersive engineering where when you had more than one power source within, or basically going into a relay, that it would not account for both sources, that's been fixed. So we don't need this capacitor here anymore. So I'm actually going to remove that so that we can use it somewhere else. And we'll just put this guy here, and then I'm going to set this up the way I had originally intended on setting it up, except I need one more. Okay, whatever, we'll just use this wire coil. So we should be getting the full power from this now. So since the last episode, I upgraded my other tower here. So right now we have the one tower of rangers over there. So we have 4 rangers going through the town, but the other towers hadn't been upgraded enough to actually reach all the way into the town. So we now have a tower of knights that'll be able to run around through the town as well. So this was just upgraded. Our builder just upgraded it. I need to get rid of those torches so that it doesn't suffocate our knights. I'm going to put up a lantern in here because that does not cause any pollution. And then I'm going to hire a worker. Hopefully he's not a very good one, is he? He would actually make a better ranger. Okay, so I'm just going to hire him. I can't find a better suitable person. So we now have 4 guards over here, and I'm going to set them to patrol, and I'm going to set some patrol positions. And it's going to be pretty much the same as... I need to run because I'm cold. Gotta warm up. It's going to be the same as the rangers that we have running through the town. So they'll now be able to support each other. So when we get raided, we won't just be relying on the rangers who are not very good at close combat. So this will be, actually, let's see if I can get them to come. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So the idea then is that hopefully the rangers will be pegging off the barbarians from a distance, and then the knights will be able to run in and kind of take over. So cool. So we now have knights running through our streets as well as rangers. I've got an empty capacitor here so that we can pull power from the windmill or from the water mill and see exactly how much we're using. We did check this before and we did find that we are using exactly 75. I'm going to disconnect this. We are generating exactly 75. So let's see how high we can get this. So there's 2 places where we can put water sources that will help speed up our windmill or our water mill a little bit faster. The first is right here. So if we place these blocks here and then go get some water. And put it there. We'll see that it's flowing. It's touching the windmill there, and it's flowing in this direction. And I'm cold. 2, and then 1 more. It's 3. Oh, whoops. Oh, no. What did I just do there? Gosh darn it. Okay. So now, if we check, we should see we're producing a little bit more RF. We're now producing 82 RF per tick. Hooray! And we can actually get that up to 88. by placing one more set of water blocks. I actually put a half slab here to keep the water from flowing this way. And I've got one block source, or one water source in each of those blocks. So we now have water flowing in this direction. We have water flowing all the way around. And then we have water flowing out here. So there's 3 sets of source water blocks, which should get us the maximum, which is 88. Yeah, 88 RF per tick. Hooray! And now, just to make sure that the bug really is fixed, we've got 2 windmills and we've got this water mill. Let's see how much power we are generating all together. I've got everything going into that relay. And then we're going from there to there. And we are producing 149 RF per tick. Hooray! Okay, never mind the noise over here. I was just trying to drain a power cell, so I got those started running so that I could do some more testing here. So we've got the thermoelectric generator with water and magma blocks. Remember, I couldn't put ice there because it would melt on me in the summer. So we're producing 30 RF per tick from that. Now, Duncan Webb again suggested that we chisel the ice, and he said that'll still work. Now, I actually have this hardened ice from Biomes of Plenty, so I want to see if immersive engineering supports this. If it does, then we should now be producing more RF per tick, which we are not. So apparently it does not support hardened ice from Biomes of Plenty. That's unfortunate. So I may have to adjust the configs to allow that, because I would think that it should act the same as packed ice. Or at least ice. But we're going to go with Duncan Webb's idea. Okay, so I'm going to make a couple ice cubes with, a couple ice blocks with these ice cubes. And then I'm going to take my chisel from the chisel mod. And I'm going to take any chiseled ice. So any chiseled ice will act just like ice as far as immersive engineering is concerned, but it will not melt because of the seasons. So now we should be producing slightly more RF than we were with just the water. Hooray! 32 RF per tick. So it's not much more, but it's something. And we should never really have to worry about that melting when summer comes. So I received 2 different comments regarding the placement of those windmills just on posts on the top of that building. One was from David Wojtkowski. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that exactly correctly, but I'll post that out. I'll put that on the screen so you can see the spelling of the name. And he suggested that we put it on a bakery. And Hype Train Gaming suggested that we build a mill for it. What I decided to do is use our builder because the bakery actually has kind of a windmill at the higher tiers of the bakery. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to upgrade the bakery, even though we don't really need an upgraded bakery at this point because we have bread coming out of our freaking ears. In fact, I laid off our baker for a while. I paused him, which means he still has a job, so he's still happy, but he is kind of on vacation for a very, very long time. So anyway, I'm going to upgrade this building. And you can see he wants, or she, our builder, wants a whole bunch of oak trapdoors, and she's going to end up making a windmill out of that. I'm going to tear down her windmill that she builds, and I'm going to put up one of those in its place, but then there'll be a structure there for it, so it should, I think it'll end up looking kind of nice. The only problem is it won't be centrally located with all of our other power generations, so I won't be able to have it go into the capacitors unless I run another set of wires going back there. Hooray, it's finished. Wow. It's a good thing it didn't hit that wire. So there's the big windmill. So we'll put a real one up there. Got rid of her windmill and replaced it with mine. Okay, so let's see how this looks from down there. We're going to have to tap into power here. I don't know exactly where we're going to go with it from here, but we'll see. I have hypothermia, but whatever. I'll just repair myself when I'm done. I have lots and lots of first aid stuff. Hey, oh, I can't jump over that because I don't have I have wool on in order to prevent this from happening. Oh, that actually looks kind of nice. Awesome. I came to the nether to get some nether wart because I realized I've gone all this while. I haven't even... This nether fortress is the one that's right by our portal. I guess I've never explored it before. There's diamonds here. And I was hurting for diamonds so bad. And they're like, diamonds right here. Huh, nice. Well, I moved it in one block because it looked kind of silly having that kinetic dynamo sticking out so far, but it still looks a little silly, so I'm actually going to take these trap doors and stick them like that. There, it's all wired up. So I actually have wires running underground all the way back to the factory just because I want all our power to be sourced at one place. So yeah, that's what I did. So we've got a little wiring going on inside of our mill here, and then it comes out over here, goes through the block. I did the trick with the two connectors on either side of a block, and then you hit that with a wrench, and that turns it into a multi-block. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't do that with this one, did I? No. So you hit it with the hammer, and that turns it into a multi-block. So, and I did that there already. And then, let me sleep. We'll take a walk through the dingy village tunnel. So of course I'm going to fill in this hole eventually. These are not insulated wires, so we do have to be careful. But yeah, this is the tunnel. It runs under the roads. So it's going to get polluted in here because of these candles. So eventually it's going to be an even more dingy tunnel. Dingy and smoky. And then it comes all the way back over here. Now we're under the factory. And this is where the thermoelectric generator was connecting above. Same idea here. Another suggestion by Duncan Webb was to add vents to our chimney in order to allow it to be able to pull more pollution out of these guys. So we do have pollution in the realms in this pack, if you don't already know, and that causes the blast furnace and the coke oven, along with many other things, to produce pollution. And we have a single chimney coming out of each of these. Sometimes some pollution gets inside because sometimes these will try to emit two different types of pollution at the same time. We're actually going to take a thorough look at that mod, at pollution of the realms along with advanced chimneys in a future episode. I think actually that's going to be our next episode. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to do some stuff to fix our existing pollution problem. As you can see, we have some dead trees back here and other things that are results of pollution, and we'll take a detailed look at that next time. And we'll also do that. We'll set up the vent. We did work with chimneys and vents and pumps in a previous episode working with Tinker's Construct. But we're going to take another look and a little bit more of a kind of a thorough look. So another suggestion that was given to me through the issue tracker for this mod pack was to add the mod called Project Vibrant Journeys. And the suggestion was made by XDreamZ. And I added that mod to the pack recently, although with some modifications. So I just wanted to take a couple minutes to kind of take a look at that mod with you and some of the cool things that it adds. Now, unfortunately, one of the things that it adds is a considerable amount of world gen, which we can't really see around here because this world was obviously generated before we added the mod. But it adds some environmental things like little trees and fallen logs in the forest, and just adds more realism, which I kind of like. It also adds a bunch of ground cover, which I did not include in this pack because we already have a lot of ground cover, and it was a little too much. I did some looking around in a test world, and there was so much freaking ground cover. It was just a big mess. So that's not going to be a part of this pack. It also has a couple of trees. It has some biomes, which I also did not include. It adds a couple nice biomes. But we have biomes of plenty. We already have all these different biomes, and it was just the balance of biomes didn't really work with this pack. It adds some plants in the overworld and the nether, and then some of the things that we have seen around here is it adds some mobs, including these little snails. It adds like these little ambient mods, which I really like. It's one of the reasons I actually really wanted to add the mod, is because it added those things. It also adds flies, which you may have heard buzzing around every once in a while. These are little, basically 1-bit insects that fly around in the world. And yeah, you can see there's a couple there. And they make little buzzing sounds. They're a little annoying when they get in the house because then you hear them buzzing over and over and over again. But you can just swat them like regular flies in real life. You know, you just hit them once and they're dead. Oh, I hear one right now. And there's also fireflies. We'll have to come out at night and check out the fireflies. It also adds grizzly bears to the forests. I haven't seen any yet, but I do want to check those out. To the coniferous forest, so like taigas and the redwoods. There's actually a redwood forest over there. Let's see if we can find one. And it adds these little spiders. This was what won me over. These little spiders. They are a passive mob, so they don't hurt you, and they only have half a heart, so, you know. But they're so cute. Look at them. Look how cute they are. And they even look at you like real spiders. And, of course, these are from familiar fauna, which we've had in the pack all along. Now, something just died there. It was probably a fly. Well, I was not successful in finding a grizzly bear at this point. But basically, they act just like polar bears. They're pretty much the same, except they have a different skin. And you don't have to go into the cold biomes to find them. They'll be in redwood forest. This is a Biomes of Plenty redwood forest. Vibrant Journeys also has redwood forest, so perhaps they're only in their redwood forest. But they're also in the vanilla taigas. So I'm not gonna bother running around and try to find a taiga. There's a huge forest fire here. Once upon a time. And it also adds a bunch of building materials. Actually, it has some integration with Biomes of Plenty where you can actually use some of the Biomes of Plenty woods to make interesting things like doors and such. It has a bunch of lighting that you can do, and it does boats with the Biomes of Plenty materials. And then it has this thing called a mystical grill. Maybe we'll make one just for fun. This is a skeletal knight. It's a skeleton with a sword. That is from Vibrant Journeys. He hurts a little bit. Oh, that was my armor. I'm hoping that we can see some fireflies tonight because they're really cool. Oh, there's one. It's a firefly. Hooray! I'd also like to find a ghost or a shade, which they drop these spectral wrappings that we're going to need for the mystical grill. And of course, these things aren't necessarily real tech, but they are very vanilla Minecrafty. It's basically the mystical grill is kind of like potions that you add to your foods. There's a firefly. So just like a fly, except it glows. That is a ghost. Okay, so the ghost is not hostile until we attack it, and it will generally try to avoid us. Oh, wow. Okay, that died easily. So we got ourselves some spectral wrappings. Hooray! So the spectral wrappings are used to make this unstable essence. We're also going to need blaze powder and then some goon bile. I did encounter a goon earlier. A goon is kind of like a zombie, except it like spits up silverfish. And then, of course, it drops the goon vial. I guess I'm going to kill you, too, because that would be useful if you give me an end pro. Yay, an end pro. Okay. So what does he have? He only has 5 hearts. They will avoid the player. Oh, he didn't drop anything? What? Brat. They're kind of rare in this pack, too. I did make things a little bit harder for myself. The ghosts and goons are a little bit... They don't spawn as much. Because, you know, they're not very real tech, right? Alright, there's the shade. Not like a ghost, but hostile. And I've killed a whole bunch of them. I have not gotten another spectral dropping. That first one dropped one for me, and I haven't had any since then. I've probably killed 5 at least of the ghosts and nothing. I've been using my pickaxe because it has luck 3, but no, still nothing. Well, I'm kind of running out of time for this episode, but I'm going to make a last-ditch effort at getting this. So I made an iron toolkit from Tinker's Add-ons, which will allow me to add a modifier to one of my weapons, and I think I'm going to do the rapier. So we now have a modifier. which I can then use to add some lapis so we can get a little bit of luck. Oh, actually, we can only do luck 1. But if I add another modifier, we can get to luck 3. Nighttime, so I want to do this quickly so we can get out there, but I still have to make it. So I'm going to make this one. That cost me 20 obsidian and an ender pearl. So now we have yet another modifier. So I'm just going to throw all this in there. And we now have luck 2. And we can get luck 3. Oh, we need a little bit more. Uh-oh, I hear things exploding. Okay, so now we have luck 3. So now, we should be able to get some freaking stuff. Yeah, look at that, 3 bones. Okay, of course, bones aren't what we really care about right now. Oh no. It's dark. It's a dark night. Oh no. Alright, where did it go? Where did it go? I hear it. Oh, there it is. It's going after the skeleton. No, don't. Skeleton, don't kill it. Oh my god. It still didn't drop anything. Oh, come on, man. Really? Oh, there he is. That's the goon. Oh. Oh, he fell in the water. Those are the silverfish that he spawns. Or burps up, rather. And he'll burp up like 5 or 6 of them, and then afterwards he will come after you. But he'll try to avoid you while he's doing that. Did he drop? He didn't. Okay, I'm getting really annoyed because I have been killing so many of these ghosts and everything, and I'm not getting anything. Nothing. That first one I killed gave me a spectral wrapping, and ever since then I've probably killed 15 or 20 of them, and I've gotten nothing. We're gonna have to do the mystical grill on another day because it's gonna take me some time to find all the resources that I need for it. So we'll plan on doing that in a future episode. In the next episode, we're going to be taking a look at this pollution situation that's been destroying our forests and causing lots of other problems. And as you can see, they're still in the sky. But we're going to take a detailed look at pollution of the realms. If you have any questions, comments, ideas, or whatever, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Or if you just want to say hello, you can do that too. I'm always happy to chat with you guys. And of course, if you did enjoy this, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and join us in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.